Hi there, my name is Maren Vernon, and I'm a web developer and a coding educator. And I'm here today to talk to you about algorithms. Algorithms are a set of instructions, and we are going to practice giving the computer instructions today to move a little astronaut character around the screen to collect planets. We're going to talk about giving clear instructions in the proper order, and we're also going to talk a little bit about debugging our code, finding the errors in our code. Ready? Let's get started. What is an algorithm? Well, when you are coding for a computer, you are breaking a big task down into small steps and giving the computer very specific step-by-step instructions. Each set of step-by-step instructions is called an algorithm. A computer program may contain many sets of separate instructions, many algorithms. A program is a complete set of instructions the computer follows to accomplish a task. Let's write an algorithm for your morning routine. You're going to get ready for school. Well, that's a big task. You might break it down into smaller steps. You might wake up, get out of bed, walk to the bathroom, brush your teeth with a toothbrush, comb your hair with a hairbrush, change your clothes, etc. Now, when you are writing an algorithm, it's important that your steps are specific, detailed, and in the proper sequence, the proper order, because the computer will do exactly what you say. So if your instructions aren't clear enough or are in the wrong order, the computer won't understand and things won't go as planned. For instance, if the computer was performing your morning algorithm, if you didn't tell it to first get out of bed and then brush its teeth, you might be brushing your teeth in bed. You also need to be clear that it needs to brush its teeth with a toothbrush and not a hairbrush. See what I mean? There are many languages that are spoken around the world. For instance, English, French, Spanish. Just like there are many languages spoken around the world, there are many languages you can use to talk to a computer. Some are named things like Python, Perl, or Ruby. Whatever language you use, you have to make sure that it's a language the computer understands. So today we're going to play a little game using the solar system, and we're going to move a character around on the screen using 4 simple instructions. But before we get to that, let's take a look at our solar system. Can you name these planets? Well, starting from the sun, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But oh no! On our game board today, the planets have been knocked out of order. So our mission is to write an algorithm, a set of instructions, that programs your astronaut to fly to the sun and then fly to the planets in the proper order, gathering them up. We also have to make sure we go around asteroids. As we're coding along today, we're also going to be doing a little bit of debugging. When your parents, teachers, have a problem with their computer or an application running on it, you might have heard of them describe the problem as a bug. Well, that comes from the fact that back when they had early computers that were almost the size of a whole room, they could generate a lot of heat, and that heat attracted actual bugs that could stop things from working correctly when they got inside. Here's a picture of a bug that actually got inside of a computer. When that bug was removed, things started to work properly. So now when computer programmers are finding error in their code, they are said to debug their code, to remove the bugs from the code. Thank goodness we don't have to remove actual bugs anymore. Ooh. We're going to play this space algorithm game together. We are going to give the computer 4 instructions and 4 instructions only. You'll notice there's a little player game piece in the top left-hand corner, and it has 4 instructions on it. A red dot, a purple dot, a blue arrow, and an orange arrow. To move the character forward, you'll press the right arrow. To move the character backward, you'll press the left arrow. To turn toward the purple dot, you'll press P, and to turn toward the red dot, you'll press R. I brought in my 2 kids to help me play this game. So let's go. To start the game, I click the green flag. You'll see my game board here. Okay, girls, let's see how we do with giving the computer some clear instructions. The first thing I need to do is move my little spaceman toward the sun. What would be the first instruction you would give me to start moving toward the sun?
Forward.
Forward. How many times?
3.
Let's give it a try.
Forward, forward, forward.
The sun.
Excellent job. Okay, now we're going to move toward Mercury. It's that small planet just below. What would be my first instruction to move toward Mercury?
Turn toward the purple dot.
Excellent. She's keeping in mind that our player can only go in the direction that it's facing. Right now, the player is facing toward the right. When I turn it toward the purple dot by pressing P,
Turn toward purple dot.
excellent. Now our astronaut is facing down. What would be our next step?
Move forward, 1.
Move forward 1.
Forward.
Wonderful. Okay, we're almost there. How would we get to Mercury? What would be our next step?
Turn forward 1 time.
Now we can't turn forward because that isn't a direction the computer understands. It can understand turn toward the purple dot or turn toward the red dot. So how would you modify your instruction?
Purple.
Awesome. Let's give it a try.
Turn toward purple dot.
And what would be your next instruction to get to Mercury?
Go forward.
Go
1
forward.
time.
Thank you. Go forward 1 time.
Forward.
Excellent.
Mercury.
We're at Mercury. One thing we have to make sure to do is watch out for asteroids. Do you think you can run us into an asteroid? How would we bump into an asteroid?
Go forward 1. Forward. Turn toward red dot. Turn toward red dot. Go forward. Forward.
Asteroid. Head back to the ship for repairs, then start again.
Ack! It sent us back to the beginning. That's okay. We can always recreate our steps to start gathering the planets in order again. Let's quickly go toward the sun and Mercury.
3 times. Forward. Forward.
The sun.
Turn toward purple dot. Turn toward purple dot.
Mercury.
Okay, now it's on to Venus. How would we get there?
Forward.
How many times?
2. Forward. Forward.
One thing to keep in mind as we're programming is there's often multiple ways to get to the same result. Let's say I was told now to turn toward the purple dot.
Turn toward purple dot.
Some of you may have wanted it to turn the other direction, so we would get to Venus going forward. But the cool thing about coding is there's often more than one solution. If this is the way I'm facing, what might be another way for me to get to Venus?
Backward. Go backward 1 time. Backward.
Venus.
Awesome! So there's always more than one solution to our problem. Just because your way doesn't look like someone else's doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong. Your challenge now is to move this spaceman to each planet in the order it appears in the solar system. When you're done, make sure to avoid that last asteroid and get to the end and see what happens. Happy coding! I hope you've had fun today. Thank you for joining me.